How you first hit or injured the toe, and then what was going on at halftime before you tried to come out in that third quarter?
Yeah, in the first quarter when I came out, Brook had stepped on my foot, and I didn't really think anything of it. I came back in the second quarter and it was hurting a little bit more, and then after halftime, I finally took my sock off to look, and my whole toenail was gone. So it was just all bad from there. I couldn't walk or run, so I just told coach to take me out.
And what's the process at this point, Andre, in terms of what you do next?
As of right now, I'm just gonna what do you do for a toe? I don't know. I'm not really sure what to do. I'm just gonna talk to the training staff and find out what's the best thing to do to get back as quick as possible.
I suppose it's a little harder to evaluate your first game, given the toe injury, but how did you put together how things started for you and what you saw in your first evening here?
Yeah, in that first quarter, a lot of energy from our guys and myself. We're having a lot of fun out there. Just unfortunate for that to happen in the first game.
Aaron? Yeah, very unfortunate. Before the game, you could see, you didn't have everyone with that, your sweat going. You look pretty excited to be playing for the first time in a month and a half. How frustrating is it to have that kind of taken away by a toenail?
Yeah.
Something so small.
I don't know what to say at this point. It's just unfortunate. Like I said, it's unfortunate that it happened in the first game, but there's not much I can do about it. Just try to find a way to get better and come back ready to play next time.
Hey, Andre. Still trying to process everything you're saying just now, but was there any measure of relief that you got when you learned that the X-ray came back negative and that there, isn't the potential for a really long-term injury?
Yeah, I was definitely very happy to see that it was a negative result on the X-ray. So it's just a day by day, just icing it, taking care of it, making sure I get it wrapped up to, seal the missing toenail that's not there.
So, Andre, making me cringe here when you say it. How painful is this? Have you ever experienced something like this?
No, I've lost a toenail before, but this one was very painful. You see me looking down at it because I'm like, I can't even put shoes on. I have on flip-flops right now, so it's very, very painful.
All right, we have time for one more with Andre. Let's finish with Rachel Nichols, please.
Hey, Andre, what's sort of the feel of the team and kind of where things are for you right now once you did finally get out with them? That what they're missing and what kind of boost you could provide. The idea that you could be there and kind of go through that at least at the beginning. What was that feeling like?
Yeah, if you saw the first couple minutes of the game that I was out there, just the energy defensively that I brought, and it kind of boosted everybody on both ends of the court. So again, just unfortunate to have this happen to me in the first game. Kind of was a little deflating for me, but my head is high. Going to take it day by day and come back better than ever.
Thanks.
Goes to the locker room, does not return, guys. So 14 minutes of action. Big toe on the right foot contusion. X-rays came out negative, but Andre Drummond did not play in the second half.
Part of the game. Drummond hadn't played in a month.
6 weeks.
I said regardless of 6 months.
Yeah. 6 weeks.
6 weeks, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And so I really wasn't expecting a dominant game. I expected to come in, get used to the team, and I think he came in and played really, really hard. And that's hard to do after you hadn't been playing for a while. You come out, he's really trying to impress his new team. I thought his energy was really good. I think he got tired a little bit. Unfortunately, the toe is it's part of the game. I really wasn't expecting him to come in and turn things around immediately. We got what we wanted to see out of him, I think, tonight in one game, 14 minutes.
Yeah, and so big, so explosive, as an athlete. I remember Shaq, sustaining a toe injury and something that really lingered for him at certain points in a couple of our seasons. And, it's something to keep an eye on. Not sure if it had bothered him a little bit as he was training and preparing to come in. But as James said, like to be in the condition that it took to just show up tonight and play 14 NBA minutes at high intensity,
it's hard.
That means he's been working out really, really hard. So definitely not something to rush him back if it really is, a contusion or something that's been kind of lingering a little bit over the last couple weeks.
By the way, Fish, that Shaq toe injury, the biggest toe injury I can ever remember, no pun intended, that was a big deal.
It was a huge deal.
It was a huge toe, figuratively, literally. But Andre Drummond, I guess, big game. The thought is, right, obviously the concern becomes you don't want that to linger. You hope he's okay. But people think, just a toe, but you're pushing off with that toe. You pivot with that toe, explode, everything. Get off the ground. I mean, it's.
Yeah, people think hangnails don't hurt,
yeah,
but they hurt like hell. You'd rather have a sprained ankle or something. But yeah, I mean, don't rush Drummond. I mean, you don't want to rush him back into anything. The toe is part of the foot, and you can't do anything without it. As you mentioned, Gita, it's stopping, it's starting, it's jumping. So yeah, I hope it's something mild and something he can recover from really quickly. But you can't rush it. There it is, Gita.
Yeah, you're getting a big look at the toe right there, Fish. There's the little toe sleeve.
Yeah, it's.
I was not betting that this would be the header of the post-game show, the big toe.
That little toe jam.
Yeah, trying to get that sleeve on there, and I mean, I don't know. That pain could be like actual
bone
pain.
bruise.
Yeah. So if it's a bone bruise, I mean, that sleeve doesn't really, that only helps in terms of like, your shoe rubbing against the toe if there's, the irritation. So that helps protect the toe from friction. But if it's a bone bruise, I don't think that was something that maybe just happened tonight. It may be something that he sustained as he was training to prepare to come in.
Yeah. All right. What about the big three from the Bucks? We'll talk about the Bucks a little bit. They were on a 3-game losing streak. They were on a 6-game winning streak before that. We talked in the pregame show about Drew Holiday coming over. That acquisition was big for them. They were kind of hoping that would make them a contender. They've been pretty much a pretender the last few postseasons. Big game James, a kid out of Campbell Hall, UCLA. Had a big night tonight offensively. He usually doesn't give them that kind of offense. 25 points.
Yeah, sought after. A lot of people would have loved to have Drew Holiday because he possesses a lot of basketball skills. We don't talk about his defense. His defense is amazing.
Great two-way player.
Amazing defense. He's strong. He's like a little fire hydrant. You're not going to go around him. You're not going to out-muscle him. And he's very savvy with his hands. So if you put it in reach, he's really good at staying in front of you and moving laterally. And then offensively, he's a threat. He's strong. Same thing on the offensive end. He's strong upper body, the ability to post up smaller guards and go over the top with soft shots. He would have been a great pickup for anybody. But I think he really adds what Milwaukee needs and will need in a 7-game series in the playoffs.
Yeah, he averages 16 tonight. Actually 28, not 25. He had 28. Had that late three.
Yeah, just, efficient, man. He plays at his speed. Even as a young player, he doesn't play too fast, makes good decisions with the basketball. Like James said, he's an elite defender. Long arms, even though he's, probably listed at 6'4", 6'5", his arms are really long, can guard bigger players. And, it'll be interesting to see in the postseason with these three guys. Like Giannis, really having another playmaker, decision maker.
Put a lot of pressure off him, right?
Late in games. It takes a lot of pressure off the ball, having to be in Giannis's hands to create plays. And Chris Middleton continues to get better.
All right, guys, let's get you to the highlights. We take you to Staple Day baseline jumper. Markieff Morris. He's going to hit a three, and at that point, we're having technical difficulties, and LeBron James tweets, Spectrum, I'm home watching my Lakers game. Can we display the score, please? Spectrum's going to jump in and say, we're on it, Mr. James, and then LeBron's going to